So our new entry is on point-slope form, and this is another form of linear equations that can be really helpful if we're only given a certain set of information. For example, when we're given slope-intercept form, or asked to write an equation in slope-intercept form, we need the slope, and we need the y-intercept, and then it's easy to write. But what happens if we're put in a situation where we're not given the slope or the y-intercept? How can we write an equation of that line? And this is one method. And actually, we're not going to do a lot on this paper. We're going to take a separate blank white sheet of paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold that hot dog style. And then cut the crease that you make. So go ahead and pause the video and do that. Now that we have these two half sheets of paper, what you're going to do, and I'm just going to remove my book here to get it out of the way, is stack them on top of each other. Okay. And once they're on top of each other, exactly on top of each other, you're going to slide the top one up. Okay. Slide the top one up so you get about this length here. And so it's just about an inch. Okay. And you're going to fold down and kind of create the same margin on all spots, the same width. And you're going to just make a crease here. Okay. And you have kind of this little flip chart. Flips up. This part flips up. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the point-slope form and then how to use it given certain different sets of information. Now, if you don't want your book to kind of come apart easily, okay, what you should do is just put a staple here and a staple here, and that'll keep the book in place as you write. Here's the top of my foldable. Now we're going over point-slope form. Point-slope form is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, now I did the y and the x in black because these two characters, these two variables, never change. This is always going to be a y, this will always be an x. What changes are these three colored boxes and variables. Okay, and each color means a certain thing. M, which you should be familiar with, this is your slope. And I want you to use three colors as well. Mine is red, orange, and blue. In red, this y1 is just the y value if you're given a point. If you're given the point 2, 3, the y value is 3. And the blue is the x value. So it's really important that when you use point-slope form, you don't put anything in here, you don't put anything in here. The only three variables that change, this y1, this m, and this x1. Okay, and that's the point-slope form. Now, when do we have to use this? That's probably the question you're asking. And you're going to have to use this if you want to write an equation and you'll notice that I did this on the first flap so you can see it. Write an equation given slope, okay, and a point. And what we're going to do this foldable is we're going to do an example when you'll be given a slope and a point and how to use this to write an equation of the line. And that'll be on the next video. In this video we're going to go over how to use point-slope form when you're given the slope and a point. So you're going to lift up this cover, and here's our question right here. Write the equation of the line that has a slope of -4 and passes through the point to -3. Now you're not going to be asked in a question like this to use point-slope form, right? It doesn't say that anywhere in here. It just says write the equation of the line. So you kind of have to look at what information you're given and think about, well, what form can I use? Can I use standard form? Which would be helpful if I have x and y intercepts. But it doesn't really talk about that. Can I use slope-intercept form? Right? Where I need a slope, which I have, but I need a y-intercept. And unfortunately, 2, -3, that's not a y-intercept. It was 0, -3, maybe, right? But not 2, -3. So I'm going to have to use my point-slope form, which makes sense because I'm given a point and a slope. Right? Mathematicians aren't that creative. So what I want you to do when you have an equation like this is, my slope for these videos, this entry is orange. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that my slope is -4, right? Slope of -4. And when I talk about point-slope form, I need an x value and I need a y value, which I'm given here. And I color-coded the x value to be in blue. So I'm going to underline the 2 in blue. And the y value was -3. So I'll underline that in red. And color coding is really nice because now all I have to do is fit what matches those colors inside of these boxes. So my point-slope form from the front is y minus y1, right, equals m times x minus x1. And all I have to do is put those numbers in the box. So I see that my slope is -4. So I would put a -4 here. My y1 is -3. So I'd put a -3. My x1 is 2. So I put a 2. And what I want to do now is I'm not going to give my answer to these boxes in this oval. I'm going to rewrite it. So this is y minus -3, subtracting a negative, right? I have two negatives here, equals -4 times x minus my x1 value, 2. Now I'm not done because I want to show that when I subtract a negative number, it really turns into addition. So this is going to change into y plus 3 equals -4 times x minus 2. And there's my solution.